Welcome to The Field House.
Here we go. Welcome to episode 7 of The Field House. We are coming off a wild week and a half here in America. And we're not talking about COVID. We're talking about college football. It has been I don't know what to say. I can literally say I was driving to Hernando on I-55 Sunday, and all the news broke between Lincoln Riley and everything going on with that. And I was just up pretty much all day and all night just looking at Twitter and everything that was happening. And it was out Monday morning. I was hungover. I was hungover from college football. I literally had a headache from reading news and takes and everything. It was crazy. It was crazy. But before we get in there, let's give ourselves a clap, a big old round of applause for having it sounds better with 4 people. There's only 2 of us tonight. Having a heck of a Thanksgiving pick day and then a weekend pick.
Yeah, back the Brinks truck up, man.
We went Thanksgiving Day. We went 5-1. We were pretty much all on the Lions, except for we were on the Lions.
We had Trey had Lions money line. That's the only one that didn't hit. They did cover. They just didn't hit the money line.
They covered. I had the under. And then Ole Miss. I mean, you can say what you want. There was never even the injuries for Ole Miss, there was never a doubt in my mind that Ole Miss was not going to win that game. I mean, Ole Miss fans, I guess a lot of the Ole Miss fans that I know close, like you, Austin, or whatever, y'all were pretty good Ole Miss fans. So y'all were like, I don't know, man, it's the Egg Bowl, anything can happen. But in the back of my mind, I was like, Ole Miss has got that game locked.
It's a lot of momentum, but being Ole Miss fans, you never go into a game saying this is our game.
Yeah, and that happens. It happens.
Yeah.
I had Ole Miss +2 lock. Trey had Ole Miss money line lock, and then you ended up having the Bills game that night or that late afternoon.
Blew them out.
This is the season to bet against the Saints. I never thought I'd say that, but if you want a quick payday, go for it.
Everything you thought you knew before the NFL season, do the opposite. You'll be profitable.
Yeah. I did see a statistic that after week 10, when 2 divisional teams play each other, the under is like 78, almost 80%.
Yeah, now we get into undertime. Games are starting to count a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Defenses are starting to step up. It's more like playoff football.
Injuries.
Injuries.
Yeah.
People are banged up. It's a long season. We're adding a 17th game this year in the NFL. Yep. Same with college. It's just a long season. So, yeah, this is the time for the unders for sure.
It is, especially when you get that NFC Beast division under. I don't know, the Washington football team they're winning games, man. They are squeaking by, winning games. Seahawks, I don't know what's up with the Seahawks.
Yeah, are the Washington football team winning games, or are they just not getting beat? Are the teams that they're winning against dead is what I'm asking. I think they're a decent. They have a lot of.
They beat the Broncos. They're on a 3-game win streak. Beat the Broncos by 10. Beat the Panthers by 6. Beat the Seahawks by 2. I don't know.
I mean, I still can't tell if they're good or not.
We'll see. They got coming up. They have the Raiders, and then they got the Cowboys, Eagles. That's a heck of a ending season right there, the division. Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. What a
way to end it.
That's very odd. I guess I hadn't looked at many NFL schedules, but that's very, very funny to look at. And in the weekend, we did good Saturday. For I guess Friday, Saturday night, we went 5-3.
Yep,
positive. my Boston College pick, man, that screwed me up. I was really excited. I thought that was it, and I was wrong. It happens.
Happens.
It happens. But Memphis money line, Kentucky money line. I think Memphis was favored that game, but Kentucky was the underdog, and Kentucky showed up, showed out. That Kentucky being an underdog there was very, very odd to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been playing, whatever, but I still think their offensive defense could easily handle Louisville. Georgia minus 35, easy pick. Georgia Tech. I was laughing at Georgia Tech because their, I guess their field crew, they just said, screw it, we're not painting the field for this game. Like, let's just have this GT faded down to the brim of that grass.
Yeah, there's no point. You see how much red was in that stadium?
Yeah, it was a home game for the Bulldogs. What else? Austin had Kansas State +3. Didn't happen. He had Iowa -1. Happened. And then you had Texas A&M -6.5. I told you LSU money line Edo's last game in Baton Rouge, and what a game that was. And that's really where my weekend peaked right there. Was hey, we're out on top. We beat Texas A&M. We got to talk smack to Jimbo.
Awesome way to go out. Awesome.
There was never a doubt in my mind that we were not going to win that game. Even with our bad clock management the whole second half, I was like, we're winning this game. We don't need a timeout.
Was that video on Twitter was that from that video of Ed Orgeron smacking the table and laughing, saying, "How about them Tigers?" Was that from that game? Or was that
that was the post game conference or post game news conference
of A&M's game?
Yes.
I was laughing so hard at that.
He was excited.
I felt the excitement, like just sitting there watching. I was like, "Yeah, you go, Coach O."
Yeah.
How about
I actually I was I tackled Olivia at some point and I hurt her back. I can't remember if it was the play before that to get us down there or the touchdown play. I don't know. It was all blur. Almost broke their ceiling fan jumping up. It was a wild ride. That game was awesome. We went out on top. Bowl, we're going bowling.
Yeah.
I have my fingers crossed for Liberty Bowl, but it's not going to look like that. It looks like Birmingham or the Shreveport Bowl. Who plays in Shreveport? Do you know? I was looking. It's the Birmingham Bowl, and I guess it's the Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. Okay. And I've never heard that in my life. But
I think it's a pretty big city, actually.
It's a big city, but I didn't know who played there because I was thinking of the Louisiana teams. Monroe, no. Lafayette, no.
Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech, maybe. I don't know where they play.
Is Coach O coaching that bowl game, or is Kevin?
No, he's not coaching. He's not coaching. They named the O-line coach the interim. He was excited. Put out a mean tweet that maybe want to throw a brick wall. And then now Brian Kelly says he doesn't know if he's coaching. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Gotcha.
Excited for the bowl season, though. We need to do a bowl mania. I tried creating a group today, and every field house name I could come up with was taken. And I was like, somebody in this group message had to create it, but nobody answered. So I guess not.
No.
So that's that. We'll talk about championship Saturday or championship Friday and Saturday in a little bit. Let's get in our time traveling machines and let's go back to 2 Mondays ago, Monday before Thanksgiving. And let's start there. So we're going to start with, I was surprised just because of his name. And anyways, Florida. Let's start with Florida. Dan Mullen gone.
Yep.
I guess they were told that morning, he's not our head coach no more. He's out. I was actually kind of surprised by that. Just because of they hired Napier pretty quick, I guess within a week, you could say. So that was my surprise because I just felt like, who are you going to hire? And I feel like they got a pretty good choice.
Yeah, I like the hire a lot.
I do too. I was worried. I'm worried that it might come and bite LSU in the butt because he was very outspoken about wanting the LSU job when it opened up. So we'll see. Pretty big hire. Okay, so we go Dan Mullen gone, And at this point last week, we have USC, LSU, Florida, Virginia Tech. I'm missing some, I know. Jobs open. So we're looking at a wild carousel going into Thanksgiving. And then we'll fast forward. The Egg Bowl happened Thursday night. Kind of exciting game. A little rainy in Start Vegas. Ole Miss won. They looked like the better team. I knew Ole Miss could run the ball, and I knew Mississippi State could not run the ball.
Could not catch the ball.
Could not catch the ball either. Wasn't that something? That was the drive before halftime with 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
Hit the dude's face mask. Just hit 2 guys in the hands.
And top it off with a missed field goal.
What did I say? I texted Thursday morning, or I texted somebody Thursday morning. I said, chance of rain tonight in Starkville, I'm taking Ole Miss because of the run game.
The ball, yeah.
Defensively, I think we all kind of knew Ole Miss's defense going into the game was better, or they've been playing better. And that was that. The Egg Bowl goes back to Oxford. Lane Kiffin is I like Lane Kiffin. And that's that. State, we'll see. State's getting better. Will Rogers had a heck of a year. They beat how many top 25 teams?
Like 4 at least.
4 or 5.
All in a row. They'll be a force to reckon with next year. Yeah.
We're gonna have some good football here in Mississippi. And then we wake up Friday. We eat leftovers. Your family gathering looked fun. I saw y'all were all on the guitars and the piano.
Oh yeah.
Whose house was that?
That was Uncle Donnie. You know Uncle Donnie.
Yeah.
Used to come to Hibbett's all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
house. Nice little house.
Yeah, he.
I like the gray. I like the gray floor and the white walls. That's a good combo, in my opinion.
Drove down Friday, had dinner, drove back Saturday.
So, do you like Caitlin's new boyfriend?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, so far.
Good. I saw y'all just jamming out, probably playing some rockabilly. Look fun. All right, so we wake up Saturday, and I get to learn on my phone that it's snowing in the Big Ten area.
Ooh.
So we have a really good. Who was it? Penn State and Michigan State. Penn State. Who did Penn State play Saturday? I just went brain dead. Anyways, Penn State game, snow. It was actual snow.
Michigan State, yeah.
And they were. I'm pretty sure Penn State was away, and they were wearing all white. So I've always wondered, like, that's camouflage. Like that's crazy. All white in the snow. So the game we had a couple good games that day. The first one, Michigan, Ohio State. It was snowing, but it was more of a sleet snow. I called it a Mississippi snow.
That game was just so fun to watch.
It was. I saw somebody tweet the video of like a 2010, the 2010 game, and how like they were coming out of the tunnels and they were like yelling at each other and cussing and carry on. I was like, I miss this Big Ten football. Like that's fun. And then they did it this year.
Yeah, in the locker rooms.
Yeah, kind of. It's just a good thing. I think it's a good thing to happen.
Yeah.
I just love that. It wasn't as intense as the one back in 2010. That one was nice. But great game. Michigan's defense looked good. They had it locked down, and Ohio State's offense is really good, and it's hard to tame them, but they did it.
CJ Stroud still threw 340 something yards.
Oh yeah, still had a heck of a game.
Yeah, it's just what a game.
Because even like they got the ball back and they went down and scored. And then Michigan, dude, I mean, they ran the ball down Ohio State's throat. Like it was like that last drive, their last scoring drive. They just said, you know what, let's just do it. And you could tell they were going to try to chew some clock, but it didn't really matter because they could just run the freaking ball at that point. Haskins had 28 carries, 169 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Sheesh.
So that's that. And I'm guessing if you're Ohio State, you're like, hey, let's let them score here so we can get the ball back. But I don't know. But Michigan, they look good.
Just completely puts Ohio State out, which is just happens in a blink.
It does. One thing that's kind of underrated this season because there's not just a dominant player is going to be the Heisman race. I'm going to be shocked on pretty much whoever wins because like there's just not somebody in my mind that I'm like, oh, they're definitely going to win it.
Early in the season, it was Matt Corral for sure. And then he gets injured. Then you got Kenneth Walker scoring 5 touchdowns a game. For sure, Kenneth Walker. Then he gets stopped. And then C.J. Stroud comes up. He's throwing 400 yards a game. And then he gets stopped. So I'm with you. I have no idea.
I don't know. I hope Jordan Davis gets to go. I really do. It's going to be nice to see a defensive player there.
Awesome.
The video of him directing the band. Of course, that might have been 2 weekends ago now, wasn't it? But that was awesome.
Scored a touchdown that game too.
Yeah, he did. I mean, that's just homecoming, senior day, or senior. Yeah, it was during the day, senior day. That's what I want to see. I love it. That was the old Nick Saban, Terrence Cody play. Just put Terrence Cody in there and just let it go. Like you got big guys need that defense, that offense touchdown. That was awesome. But yeah, so it's going to be fun to watch. I had some Michigan dominated, and then we get into the afternoon game that took all night, the Iron Bowl.
God, so frustrating.
What a game that was.
So frustrating.
What a game that was. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I had a gut feeling, and I knew deep down inside my soul that Alabama was still going to win that game somehow.
For sure.
The way Auburn's defense suffocated Alabama's offense and just pretty much the entire game until the last, you could say, minute. It was awesome. You can say right now, you see what Auburn's defense did to them. So we can't imagine what Georgia's defense is going to do to them.
Can't wait.
But even though Alabama's a 6.5 point, 7 point underdog now, I think now.
6.5, yeah.
Nick Saban is an underdog. We'll see.
You never count them out.
Never. Now, I went ahead and took it early. I got it at 6.5. Went ahead and took it just because of my feeling. But
Bama? You took Bama 6.5?
No, I took Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Georgia's defense is going to play pretty well enough to, keep it within probably 10 points maybe. But we'll see.
10 being the max.
Yeah, I think 10 being the max. But it was a crazy game. 4 overtimes?
Yeah.
It's funny because it said it never went into overtime, and then the first overtime game happens to be 4 overtime. How do you feel about those overtime rules that changed, I guess, in the last couple of years? About is it second or third overtime where they got to start just going for
2-point conversions?
The 2-point conversions. How do you feel about that? A lot of people were not having it, but I forgot they had changed. I remember hearing about it. Then I don't think I've seen the game.
It's just to make it quicker, just to make
it
end quicker, less injuries. But
it's fine with me. But I don't hate it. But
I don't hate it and I don't love it. As long as we don't end in a tie, like the NFL, I cannot stand that they can end in a tie. It drives me nuts.
And I'm glad we don't do that, because no matter what, like, people are bashing it, but no matter what, I was like,
we're gonna have a winner.
We're gonna have a winner in this game, and it's gonna decide a lot of stuff. So I don't hate it. If it were me, once you hit 5th overtime, and this may be an old XFL rule, you get your fastest guy on the goal line, you put the ball at the 50-yard line, and they got to run.
That's XFL.
And whoever gets the ball first, hard for.
Well, that's how they
20.
That's how they kicked it off in the XFL, right?
The
first XFL.
Yeah.
I think they should do a field goal kickoff.
Yeah, that would be
the 5th cool overtime. Do like 30,
kind of like soccer,
35, 45, 50. Whoever misses first loses. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch.
The crowd would be insane.
But no, it was a heck of a game. It lasted from, of course, CBS 2:30 games always last until, especially when the time changes. When the time changes, dude, that first Saturday after the time changes, and you're watching CBS and you see Gary Daniels' big, veiny, hairy hands all night, and then you look up and you're like, holy crap, is it midnight? But no, it's just 4:30. But no, that game lasted forever. But Alabama came back and won the game.
Can't take Alabama to overtime and expect to win.
If you're an Auburn fan, you got to be happy though. You got to be like, okay, we played them close all game. We're going to go to a bowl game, not a big bowl game. and we're gonna have some fun.
How do you feel about Nick Saban being in such a good mood after that win and dancing in the locker room? Do you think he's just enjoying this moment because he knows that they're about to get put out?
He has to be. I mean, you saw like the video of him and his wife. His wife was excited.
Yeah.
She was like, I forgot what she was yelling, and it was a video. It was kind of funny because you could tell his age in that video because while she was screaming, his old man instincts kicked in. His first look was, "Oh man, something's wrong's happening." Like he looked scared, and then they make eye contact and she's excited and he's smiling and hugging her. But it's funny, like that first 20 seconds, you're like, his old man kicked in. He's like, "What? What's that noise?" He's got to be enjoying the moment. I mean, he's
like typical Nick Saban is like, we played awful. We'll be back into practice tomorrow. Like we'll figure it out and all this stuff. But he's like actually very enjoyable in his interviews and after the games, after these close wins and stuff.
I mean, he's a few days away from being at his lake house and just watching some football, maybe eating some oatmeal cream pies. I think in the summer, I'm going to go on the Nick Saban diet, 2 oatmeal cream pies for breakfast and just see how the day goes. But I'm going to go with the jumbo ones, not the little ones.
Yeah, you gotta
and then I didn't get to watch any of the Oklahoma State game due to Edo's last game. So I didn't watch it, but I was keeping up with it. Pretty good game. I guess it went to the last couple minutes. The last one with the ball won, and Oklahoma State got it done.
Yep.
That was the first time they'd beaten Oklahoma in how many years? It was a while, but it was longer than how many years they'd beaten them in at home. And then that's when the night kind of make everybody's feeling good. Lincoln Riley after the game is like, "I'm not going to be the head coach at LSU."
No lies.
And no lies. And that's when it starts getting a little excited. One thing. Our freaking Roadrunners, man, they finally lost a game.
Meat.
North Texas, dude. That was I was sad, man. You got another players were sad too. I was upset when I saw that. I was like, "Oh God!" And it was a pretty bad loss.
Yeah, like 20 something.
I think it was. I heard they had a good amount of injuries, and then I heard North Texas defense. 45-23. North Texas defense shut them down.
Cincinnati's the only undefeated team now.
Cincinnati and Georgia.
Georgia, of course, yeah.
Yes, Cincinnati, Georgia. And then the LSU game. After the LSU game, it was an epic night in Baton Rouge. The stadium looked kind of empty, but the lower bowl area was pretty packed. And that's when it just, everybody was feeling high. We wake up Saturday, whatever's happening. Bill Napier was the first name to go, going to Florida. I was like, good for him. Good for Florida. I think they got a good one. I hope they give him time, though, because
you got to, yeah.
He's got to do his thing, build his culture. I don't know. It's Kirk Herbstreit was talking about it, I think, on the College Football Podcast, how, and I agree with him 100% about it, but I'm not a boomer about it. But he's like, a lot of college kids nowadays don't really play for the university. They play
for a resume.
Dan Mullen. Look at Dan Mullen's resume. He can send you to the NFL. He can make you gain 50 pounds of muscle, whatever.
Yep.
So I hope he can get rid of that and that Florida attitude, take it back to the Tim Tebow days, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So he went, and then everyone started talking about Lincoln Riley. And I thought it was just talk, because we've been seeing talk on Twitter for 3 weeks now. And then finally it pretty much happened. Like, I think their social media team were fast because it took LSU's about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Not 24 hours, about 12 hours to the next morning. And USC probably about 4 hours, and they were on it. Like, they had, it was fast.
What was it, Sunday morning?
Yeah, Sunday morning.
He came out and said that we started talking. He said he slept 2 hours after the game Saturday and then started talking Sunday morning, and things just happened.
Yeah,
that's such a fast turnaround.
It is, and I don't believe it because don't get me wrong, when you have money and power, USC has power. If you have money and power, you can get a lot done. But it's hard to believe that they made a deal to find him, what, a $7 million home in LA, buy his 2 Norman houses. Why do you have 2 houses in Oklahoma?
That's a good question.
Like, do you have a house that's
Like,
kind of on some land? Then you have a house probably on campus.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
But they paid what, $500,000 a piece over the asking price?
Yeah.
So an extra $1 million in equity that he gained?
Yeah. I'm sure. Man. I mean, and then they find him a house, like, hey, you can use our jet whenever you want to.
24/7.
I just find it hard to believe that conversation happened in a 6-hour span.
Well, if you offered that to me, it would be a 1 second span of like, yes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Because how much is he getting a year? He's getting 12 a year, right?
Right now?
Or no, his new USC contract. Or 10 a year.
That's 110.
So 110 divided by 12. Is it 12 years? That might be getting confused.
I feel like all of them were 10, right? I don't know.
It may be 10.
I don't think the years came out. I think it was just the total.
So it got to be 10. I saw 12 somewhere, but I don't know what I'm thinking of.
If it's 10, then he's the highest paid coach.
Yeah, he is the highest paid coach.
So it'd have to be 10.
So it'd be right at 11 million a year. It's a lot of money. But I don't hate it because I think it's a good pickup. You see what he's able to do. You see the amount of recruits that switched within a 8-hour span. And if you can keep a lot of those Southern California kids right there at home, then you're looking at a playoff team in Lord knows how many years.
I'm curious if he's gonna stick around and stay in state his recruiting, or if he'll drop and stick around the South like he was good at.
I mean, if you're him and you're at USC and you got a lot of those Cali kids, I think he stays.
You can get most of the California kids.
Yeah, I think you have to stay at that point because those California kids now aren't going to USC. They're going to
everywhere else.
So I think he stays. He's bringing a couple of staff members. We were talking about that the other day in the coach's office. We're like, so if like you're sitting there like in the building or whatever, and you're like, hey, I'm going to USC with him, and like you're like, oh, I ain't got a call yet. Like you're just like that awkward guy out, you know?
Oh, he texted you?
Yeah, like like you're sitting there eating lunch, and then like the dude's next to his phone starts vibrating. It says Lincoln. You're like, oh God. He goes, I'm not it. I think it's a good fit though. He wasn't a fan of Oklahoma going to the SEC, and so now it shows that he wasn't. He didn't like that decision.
I mean, truthfully, it's his best way to get into the national championship.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those 5 programs that can go to the national championship pretty easily. We see schools, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. You could say Cincinnati. I bet they don't have an easy path. And USC's right there. So they're going to be good, and it's going to be kind of deadly. And if you think about it, the Pac-12 is not that great right now. I mean, you have Oregon, who's in Utah. But other than them 2 teams, there's not much competition unless Chip Kelly can turn something around, which he's done pretty well at.
He is doing pretty well. I say give it 2 years.
Yeah. I say 2 years will be perfect. They're going to be pretty good. Okay, so this happens, and then
the next chaos,
Monday. Was it Monday or is it Tuesday? What's today? I'm confused. It was Monday. Monday. Because I wrote some of these notes out Monday morning in class, and I don't even have Ben Kelly on here. Brian Kelly, not Ben Kelly. Who is Ben Kelly? I know a Ben Kelly.
Question. I have no idea.
Anyways, we got Brian Kelly Monday night. The Brian Kelly tweets start surfacing. He's headed to LSU.
Man,
so right after,
what a night to live on Twitter. That was a fun night.
I couldn't sleep that night. I did go to sleep easy that night, but man, like you have Jimbo who went from Florida State to Texas A&M, and that's a power goes to power. but then you have Lincoln Riley, and then you have Brian Kelly. Besides these three, we've never seen really this happen. So we're living in pretty exciting times. And I didn't know this until Tuesday. A Notre Dame coach has never left for another school. Isn't that crazy?
They just retire.
They retire there. They just don't. Yeah, they just. I mean, I think we were talking about this the other day. Who is the last coach at Notre Dame? Notre Dame. I couldn't even recall because he's been there for 12 years.
I saw a graphic, but I can't remember his name. But before that guy was Lou Holtz. That's how long it's been.
And
Lou Holtz, some other guy, and Brian Kelly.
Yeah, so Lou Holtz think about when we were watching what was it the college football show on Saturday nights when him and that one guy would do the helmet stickers?
Yeah.
And that's forever ago, it feels like. So like think about that, like Lou Holtz has been retired forever. It was Charlie Wise. So yeah. So I mean he doesn't coach anymore, does he?
No.
No, heck no. So it was Lou Holtz 1986 to 1996. Bob Davie, that lasted 4 years. I'm not even gonna count the interim coaches. Tyrone Willingham, he got fired within 2 years. Interim, and then Charlie Wise. So like, I don't think none of those guys coach anymore. Or if they coach, they're not head coaches. So we've never seen this happen. I'm not as surprised because his name came up some in the USC job. That's what is it Andy Staples, who does the college football Sirius XM? He was saying, 2 weeks ago, we were thinking Lincoln LSU, and then he was saying that he thought Brian Kelly was going to go to USC. And then now they flip flopped, and all heck broke loose. So
it was so out of left field for me because like Notre Dame is one of those jobs where like these coaches do that's a retirement job. Like, yeah, it's a comfy place to be. And the fact that they still have a chance to fight for a national championship.
That's what's crazy to me.
Man. It just blew my mind.
Cause I think it was Sunday. So all heck broke loose Sunday. And we're, LSU Twitter's like, okay, so who's going to be our guy? In my mind, we still have Dave Aranda out there. And then I start seeing Matt Rule rumors. I'm like, oh, Matt Rule. Oh, guess who he works with? Oh, Joe Brady. That would be awesome. Dave Aranda. There was one more. I can't even think right now. It's been so I'm like, okay, we're still fine. We'll be happy with Dave Aranda, and we'll have a good defensive team. And then it's saying, don't listen to any boosters or anybody. It's literally Scott Woodward, the AD, and the president and like two other people who are making this decision. And he's like, they have their guy. They're going to announce it Wednesday. Well, they're not wrong. It got announced today and officially on the press conference. So like, I was just surprised it was him because of the whole, hey, we're Oklahoma State losing, Alabama losing, Cincinnati losing to Houston. Houston is good from Notre Dame being in the playoffs. So that's what surprised me. I was like, oh crap, that's going to be awkward. So it's been a wild few days. The whole Brian Kelly called a 7 a.m. meeting, and then it lasted 10 minutes.
I think it lasted 3 minutes because they saw him pulling out of the campus at 7-Eleven. So for him to walk back to his car.
Well, the video got leaked today. It was 4 minutes.
God.
I couldn't tell how many people were in there because it was somebody trying to secretly record it. You could tell it was like in a hoodie. But it was awkward. Not much going on. Like he says pretty much goodbye, and you hear a door close within a few seconds, and it's like, oh, like that's awkward. Yeah, dude, very awkward.
As a player, I would be so ticked off.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too, but I also see all of it because if they don't think twice anymore about firing coaches, players don't think twice anymore about just entering the transfer portal. So I mean, it's just. Nobody can really be mad except true fans. Like if you're a true fan, yes. But if you're a player, coach, athletic director, whatever, you can't be mad because
you can leave.
You can do. It's fair game. But I'm excited. We got a good coach, and I think with LSU's resources and just knowing the fact that a lot of LSU recruits who are from Louisiana and who want to play for LSU, they don't really go to other schools. Like we had 2 top 5 recruits stay committed to LSU even when Ed O was gone, or even Ed O was going to be gone. So it's like we can still do this thing. So I'm excited.
Look at the big name coaches in the SEC for next year.
Oh my gosh,
it's going to be insane.
And just wait till Texas and Oklahoma join, and because Oklahoma's going to get them a coach.
Yeah, they got money. They got
money. They have tradition. They have a good program. They have good facilities. So we'll see. Oklahoma's open now. I didn't mention them earlier.
We got Stoops as the interim for the game.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing to me.
That's a little wild.
Big game Stoops back at it. I'm sure he'll have some say in it. I wonder how he feels about the whole Lincoln Riley thing. I saw something. I don't know.
He might want the full gig.
Well, the whole reason why he retired was because of Lincoln Riley. He's like, why should I do this when I could do something else and make just enough money? And I love this program, so Lincoln Riley's better than me. So, hey, here you go.
There you go.
I did love this fact. So, obviously, the past 3 coaches at LSU have won a national championship. Ed Orgeron, Les Miles, and, of course, Nick Saban. And it said, if you think about it, Brian Kelly is a way better football coach when it comes to X's and O's than Edo, of course, and Les Miles. So can you imagine what he can do with a lot of those LSU teams? And I was like, that kind of pumped me up because I was like, you're not wrong. Do we love Ed Orgeron and Les Miles? Well, Les Miles might be under some heat, but yes. But when we talk about football, winning games and building programs, we got the guy statistically is better, if not right under Nick Saban. So, hey, let's go. Let's let it loose.
Yeah, it's the first time that LSU has like you said, a statistical coach, not a character.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how it's going to
since Nick Saban.
True.
So we'll see. I'm excited. I mean, Notre Dame has the 4th best recruiting class right now, and I think a lot of those have already decommitted. Yeah. So he has a lot more free will to it LSU than he has at Notre Dame, just from name wise. Like he don't have to worry about the whole. I don't know what
We're not in a conference.
Private school. It's almost like a private school. I guess it might be a private school, is it not?
Pretty much.
Close to it. You don't have to worry about that. So it's exciting. And we still got a lot to come. I think Virginia Tech hired Penn State's defensive coordinator. James Franklin got an extension. Mel Tucker got an extension. So right now we're going to be watching Oklahoma. Who else? That's it, isn't it? There's a couple more D1 schools that need coaches.
The big one's just Oklahoma.
I think so. I saw a tweet the other day that actually had it was a pretty good graphic. But this has been a crazy 2 weeks. Like it's been I couldn't tell you another time in college football. Oh, Notre Dame and Oklahoma are the two.
Yeah.
Then we got TCU got a replacement, Florida got a replacement, Washington got a replacement, Texas. Yeah. So Notre Dame, Oklahoma, and they're both going to find somebody. Obviously you have Luke Fickell in the mix for both of those. You have you still got Lane Kiffin in the mix for Oklahoma. I don't think it's going to happen. So we'll see. It's exciting. But I can't think of another time that college football has been this crazy. It hasn't. I mean, there's times where might be crazy games, but between the games that we had Saturday and then all this news breaking the past week, it's been chaos.
The playoffs aren't set either. Usually you're okay, these are going to be the teams. It's going to change after this weekend.
Yeah. And then I can only imagine the next time it's going to be crazy like this is when you have Texas and Oklahoma coming to the SEC, and then they expand the playoffs to 12 teams. Think of all the personalities going to be in that playoff bracket.
I can't wait.
Because it's going to – you think of the teams right now. USC will be in it. Oklahoma will be in it. Notre Dame will probably be in it. Alabama in it.
12.
Georgia in it. The way Ole Miss is going in it. LSU in it. Like, it's going to be insane. Florida in it. Like, it's going to be. We're in exciting times. I'm excited. I really am.
As long as this Omicron doesn't hit.
Yeah. I saw where it finally landed in America. It's in California of all places. So, I'm a cold-hearted guy. I say, hey, put them on Guantanamo Bay. Let them, sit there. Let them sit there until it's time to come back. So we'll see. I hope it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I feel like as a country as a whole, we're past a lot of that stuff. Yeah, we'll see. If I get it, I'm just going to go around licking people. I'm going to make us a better place. All right, so we actually went through that somewhat pretty quickly than I thought. It's been a lot. So let's look ahead of championship Saturday, I guess we'll call it. Friday night we have Oregon and Utah revenge game.
Yep.
Oregon has a couple of players back from injuries. Utah still has that 3-point spread. And we'll do something different tonight. Instead of doing locks, we're going to do a top 25 that way. Cause I think it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams. We're going to do a pick 'em.
I think it's down to 2.5 now.
It may be. I'm on Caesars. So instead of doing locks, we'll do a pick 'em at the end for our championship game. Should be a good time. And then Saturday we have Baylor and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State wins this, they're probably in if we have an Alabama loss. Don't you think? Are you with me on that one?
Oklahoma State in?
Yes.
Yes. I think Oklahoma State gets in no matter what.
Well, they're at 5, so obviously we're looking at the numbers, then yeah. If Alabama loses, they're in. Baylor's been tough. So we'll see. A lot of these games, I mean, if you're an underdog person, I don't know. We'll talk about it. All right, so Baylor and Oklahoma at 11, 2 o'clock. This is a ranked game. It's San Diego State. San Diego State should handle Utah State pretty well. Mm-hmm. Who is ranked? Oh, Louisiana, Appalachian State. Yep. That's going to be an interesting game. Just depend, because Napier gone. Do they finish it out for them, or can App State pull that off? App State's actually
Billy Napier's coaching.
Oh, he is coaching?
Yeah. He said he's going to focus on that game, and then after that, Florida from then on.
Perfect. Then I would take Louisiana plus 3 right there.
One last
round. One last go. Let's freaking go. I'm pumped about that. And then at 3 o'clock, we have 2 games, but the most important game, we have Georgia and Alabama kicking it off in Atlanta. UGA is still favored 6.5 over under 49.5. I'm going to watch it because I know it's going to be exciting, obviously. I think Georgia, obviously. Oh, shout out to Kobe Dean, SEC Defensive Player
of the Year.
That's awesome.
That's huge.
Have you seen like some of his pregame outfits?
Yes.
Fedora suit. Sometimes that makes you question my sexuality. I don't know. I think it's the fedoras do weird things to me. I don't know. It's the fedora.
They're very fresh.
No, should be an exciting game. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't really, because usually I can be like, oh, I can see this game getting out of hand, but I don't think I can see this game getting out of hand. That's just me. I will say this: Georgia's offense from week 1, obviously injuries, whatever, but Georgia's offense has improved every week, that's a good thing. That's what you obviously want to happen.
They're taking more shots.
Yes. By the way, that running back, what's their running back's name?
Zamir White.
The Dreads.
That's James Cook.
One of them.
Zamir White doesn't.
What's Zamir White's number?
3. James Cook's 4.
Number? 4. So Cook, he can run that thing, and he's very fast.
Dalvin Cook's little brother.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Where have I been? I did not know that.
They're both very good.
Yeah, he's very good.
I think they're both coming back too.
Oh, that'll be good. So Alabama underdog. I think a lot of people are going to be on Alabama. You think?
Yeah, it's dropping. I think in Alabama's direction. I think it's down to 6 is where I'm seeing it right now.
Because I think Sunday when the line first came out, I think everybody was like, "Oh crap, take Georgia after last night."
Mm-hmm.
But then you have, I don't know.
It'll even itself out by game time.
I think so. We'll see. Like I said, I think Georgia's defense is really good. Alabama's defense is okay. Actually, Alabama's defense is good. You look at that game against the Iron Bowl, no defense in that game played bad. Obviously, when you get to overtime and the field's cut to 25 yards, your defense can only do so much. Yeah.
Tough.
So both defenses look great. So we'll see. I'm excited. 3:00 game on CBS. So that means it should wrap up about midnight. I'm kidding. That will be a long afternoon. Also at 3:00 on ABC, Houston and Cincinnati. Cincinnati is minus 10.5. I don't know.
Too big.
It's very big.
Too big for a championship.
I think Cincinnati can win this game, but
they'll win, but they won't cover.
I think Houston's going to keep it close. If not, pull it off.
Yeah.
I'm
shocked at that number.
Because to me, and obviously, when's the first playoff game? Is it? Holy crap! What is this? December already? Yes.
December.
So it's got to be what the right before Christmas, maybe.
Yeah.
So we got a few weeks, but this is almost like a Cincinnati long look ahead game. You got to think we're literally probably one win away from going to the playoffs. They're going to be very, very edgy.
Yeah, if they lose, they're out, right?
Got to.
Think so?
Yes, I think so. Just because of
strength of schedule.
That, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they lose, they're definitely out. You're looking at, well, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because you got teams here that you got teams that'll lose.
Takes it.
Who knows? I think this will be a close game. I've been wrong before, but I think Cincinnati's so eager to go to the playoffs that this is going to bite them in the butt. And then that night, Michigan and Iowa. 11.5, Michigan minus 11, excuse me. Are they too excited after beating Ohio State? You think they're going to come down?
You got to factor that in a little bit, but I still don't think that much.
Same. The good thing about this game, and this is what gives Michigan the edge, is Michigan can run the ball. Iowa's run defense isn't great. Iowa's pass defense is pretty good. But Michigan can run the ball. Michigan's defense has been playing outstanding, so I think if they can get the run game going, then Michigan obviously handle this game pretty well.
Yeah, Iowa scores most of their points on defensive turnovers. But if you can run the ball, you limit those turnovers.
Yeah. If Haskins can put up 5 touchdowns again this week, then it's game over. Yeah. And then that night, there's got to be a later game than that. I'm just on top 25. But we have Pittsburgh and Wake Forest.
This is going to be a very close game, I think.
I think it'll be a close game. Pitt's minus 3. They haven't played this year, have they? They sure haven't. Sorry, I was looking. I don't know. I think
this game goes to overtime.
I think Pitt will end up winning this game just from their defense and their quarterback play. Wake Forest defense is horrible. Pittsburgh's offense, pretty good. Pickett, he's in the Heisman running right now. Kenny Pickett. He was first this morning. Remember when I sent you that screenshot?
Yeah, he was.
The Steel City, man. So we'll see. I think it is going to be a close game. I think Pittsburgh's defense keeps him in the game. I think Pittsburgh wins. The over-under 71.
Very high. Very high.
If Pittsburgh's defense shows up, that game shouldn't reach 71. But that's a lot of points. Because
you gotta bet the under, but I wouldn't be surprised if it hit that number.
Yeah, it's I'm trying to pull up their defensive stuff. Can't find it right now. I'm an idiot. I don't know. But if Pitt's defense shows up, then it shouldn't go to 71. But Wake Forest can also put up 71 on their own.
They could.
So we'll see. It should be a good game though. I'm excited. That might be a pretty fun game to watch. Is there any games that stand out to you that you're just dying to see? Not many games this weekend, but
obviously the SEC championship.
Yes.
And Pittsburgh and Wake, I think, is probably going to be my second favorite to watch.
At 11 a.m., I will be tuning in to Baylor in Oklahoma, but you better believe that Kent State and Northern Illinois will be on that TV too for the MAC championship. Kent's minus 3.5. Every Northern Illinois game I've seen this year, they haven't looked great. No. They've done some magic for me now.
They somehow pull it out, but they do not.
They somehow pull it out. But Kent State, man, I just love that offense. Gosh. I'm just looking at some of these smaller teams. Oh, we have a makeup game in the Pac-12, by the way, USC and Cal. If you're excited for that, whatever. The good news about that game is it comes on at 10 o'clock.
Sweet.
So that's, I'm done pouting. We have a late night game. Man, it's so sad seeing it come to an end, though. I'm so sad. It's been so crazy.
Flew by.
It did fly by. Like, I feel like this year, once it hit August, I feel like it's been slow. But then I'm looking down like, oh, crap, here we are. It's almost on. It's sad. Oh, and then next Saturday we have Army and Navy.
Big game.
Should be a good game. Army obviously 8-3, Navy 3-8. So I'm curious to see I'm curious to see what the line will be for that game. And then December 17th through January, whenever the national championship is going to be, we have bowls, and it should be fun. It's my favorite time of the year. We kick it off Friday the 17th. Oh, we already have a bowl game matchup: Middle Tennessee and Toledo in the. It doesn't say Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, and that must be the Bahamas Bowl. That's the Bahamas Bowl. Oh, that's awesome. So it's coming to an end. It's sad. Memphis is set to play Christmas Eve in the Hawaii Bowl. So, was it the Hawaii Bowl when Memphis and BYU got into that fight? Remember that game when they were like punching, blood everywhere?
Oh yeah,
remember that?
Yeah,
that was crazy. That's all I have. We've wrapped up and we're freaking almost done with football.
We're gonna do a pick 'em?
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that for sure. I was just talking about recapping or talking about these games. Anything in the NFL stands out to you this weekend? I didn't watch any NFL last week.
Man, I'm done with this NFL crap.
It hasn't been
losing too much money on this thing NFL.
Yeah,
I don't know who's good. I don't know who's bad.
No, because right now the Dolphins and the
Chargers are the worst team apparently, and the dang Patriots are winning the Super Bowl now. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. The only pick I do have for in the NFL is Thursday night game, and this may not be out Thursday, but Dallas minus 4.5 against the Saints. You don't believe in
Taysom Hill?
No, I don't believe in Mormonism.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding for all the Mormon listeners. He's got a heck of a jawline, but I don't know. I mean, I just don't like anything right now in the NFL.
I don't either.
I don't. I still love my Sunday and Monday night games to fall asleep to. Monday night we had a good game, Patriots and Bills.
That's a huge game. Yeah, that's.
I'm looking forward to. You think I'm a bet on it? No, because it's minus 2.5 Buffalo's way. I don't like it at all.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. The Ravens. I mean, if if you've bet on the Ravens to not cover a game all year, you're probably a millionaire because I feel like they keep every game close. Lamar looks okay. Looks pretty good. Did you see that touchdown pass the other night? Or he backpedaled for like 10 yards and stepped up through it to the tight end. I forgot his name, but
Mark
whatever.
Andrews.
Yeah. I don't know. NFL has just been weird for me. I just
breaking news today, but the OG Jake Fromm signed with the Giants.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sneaky.
Any sports news? Have we talked about any of the sports? No. Baseball might be going. MLB might be going to a lock-in or lockout, not a lock-in, lockout. They're going to go to a lock-in at the skating rink. That's how they should handle every lockout. Every player in the league
get through it.
Shows up at the lollipops, and they try to
play some early 2000s hip hop and get through it, man.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure as football season ends with this show, we'll see what we're going to do. Here's a I'm not even going to talk about it. I just saw this article, College Football Bottom 10 revealing the final standings for 2021. UMass 111, FIU 111, UConn 111. Here's an odd one, Arizona 111. To me, that's a pretty good Pac-12 job. Arizona State, you're in a pretty clean state. You got money. There's all kinds of good recruiting tactics in Arizona. I mean, my Lord. I don't understand this. UTSA 11-1. Why are they on there? I'm just trying to see if there's any like standouts on here. No, other than that, it was just Arizona for me. It's gonna be fun to watch. We've had a really exciting college football season. I'm ready for next year, but I'm not ready for this year to end, if that makes sense. All right, let's pick them. So I'll go down the list in order if I have it here. We might be on the same for some of these, so we'll see. We're just gonna pick them straight from the spread. We're gonna go spread, okay? I'm going to go, this is going to be based off of Caesar Sportsbook. I'm going straight down from ESPN. If we see it in the line or if the line updates, we'll play that as it goes. Okay. We'll just be in touch. All right. So the first one, Friday night, Oregon, Utah -3. Smitty, you go first.
Give me. This is gonna be a good one. Give me Utah -3.
I'm going Utah -3 too. I think the way they beat them last time, I don't see much fight in Oregon. That's also Cristobal's. That's also another name's been thrown around that not really big moves have been happening.
They're both 5-7 against the spread.
Yes.
It's too close of a statistical or analytical matchup, and Utah got them last time. I think Utah gets them again.
All right, so we're both on Utah -3. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna have 7 on here, so perfect. All right, so moving into Saturday, Baylor, Oklahoma State -5.5. What you got?
I like that number, and I like Oklahoma State -5.5. I think they win by a touchdown or more.
All right, I'm going Baylor +5.5. I'm on the Dave Aranda train. They've been keeping it close. It's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a good defensive matchup.
It's going to be a good under game too as well.
Good under game. Over is 46.5. Both defenses have been playing extremely well. I don't know. I don't see it going over that. I don't know. But I'm going Baylor +5 just from the way they've been playing. They may have just been a fluke. We'll see. We'll see. The next ranked one. I haven't know much about, but San Diego State, Utah State, San Diego State University -6.
Yeah, we all know who we're picking here.
This is actually updated. It was 5.5, so I had 5.5 written down, but it's -6.
Still give me the 6.
I'm gonna go. Sheesh. I don't know. So I'm just gonna look at something real quick.
Okay. Well, give me San Diego State -6.
Perfect. Take it.
I will.
Boise State almost upset San Diego State, but San Diego State kind of kept it in there. I'm going San Diego State minus the 6 also. Actually, no. Scratch that.
Whoa.
Scratch that. Scratch that. I'm going Utah State plus 6.
Okay. I mean, you have an argument. As an underdog, Utah is 4-2 against the spread, and as an away underdog, they're 3-0 against the spread.
I'm going. Yeah, I like it.
Those numbers got to change at some point. So give me.
Got to. You're taking San Diego. I'm taking Utah State plus 6. Okay, I like it. Okay, our next one: Appalachian State versus. I'm forever going to call them Louisiana Lafayette. So Louisiana Lafayette, Appalachian State, App State minus 3. What do you got?
Give me Louisiana plus 3. I think. I'm really torn, but I'm just going to stick with my gut. I think either it goes one or two ways. Either they fight with Billy Napier to have a good send out, or they're ticked off at him for leaving and they just don't show up. But yeah, I'm going to go.
I'm with you.
Cajuns.
I'm with you. I'm going Louisiana just for the fact that I think everybody around them know that, hey, he's our guy. He's been here for us the past few years when his name's been thrown around. He could have went to a lot of places.
True.
They're going to send him out on top of the Sun Belt. So I'm going Louisiana plus 3. All right. The big game, Georgia and Alabama. Georgia minus 6.5. I'm taking Georgia minus 6.5.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Yeah, give me Georgia.
I don't know. Their defense is too good to me. Their defense can score points. Okay, so
yeah. And Bryce Young can turn the ball over.
Bryce Young, the way he threw that ball around last week, you throw it to the wrong person on Georgia defense, and you're down a touchdown quick. So I'm going. If there was a prop bet, I would say that Georgia scores at least one defensive touchdown.
I like that. Yeah,
just because of the numbers would be good. I'd be winning a good amount of money right there. What were you going to say?
Like you mentioned earlier, Georgia's offense is starting to click too, and they're taking bigger shots. And I think they stick with the run early, and they surprise with a couple big shots that they're not expecting.
Yeah, we'll see. I like I said, we've just explained.
Kirby's got to get that monkey off his back. Kirby's got to beat Saban.
Yep, he does. It's going to happen. And what a time, man! What a time! What a time! All right. American Athletic Conference, Cincinnati, Houston, Cincinnati minus 10.5. I think we're going to be on the same one here, aren't we?
Yep. Give me Houston plus the 10.5.
Give me Houston plus 10.5. Like I said, it's big, and it's also unless Luke Fickle's got them guys on some CBD, I just think they're going to be staring at the playoff game, man. I really do, and I see them slipping up some.
And this is the argument against Cincinnati all year. It's like they can win, but they're not winning by big. So this big number for a big game, give me the underdog to cover that.
I agree. What was Utah State? Oh, plus 6. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I agree. I think Cincinnati wins, but I think, like I said, they've been staring. They're staring, man. All right, our Big Ten, Michigan, Iowa. Michigan minus 11. What do you go with?
That's that number I don't like.
I know this one's the odd one.
Yeah, give me Michigan still minus the 11. I think this game stays close for the first 2 quarters. After halftime, Michigan runs away with it.
I'm going Michigan minus 11 now. Like I said, they're going to run the ball down Iowa's throat. So they can run it down their throat, put up some touchdowns. Their defensive ends, by the way, are phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. First couple picks for that guy.
Yeah. So that's going to happen. Okay. And then ACC, Pittsburgh. What an ACC championship game this is, man. If you're a Clemson fan, you're
not seeing them in there. It's good.
You're God, dude. Speaking of Clemson, what's DC Brett Venables? Venables?
You got it.
Venables?
Come on.
He's a big name in the Oklahoma job too, by the
Yeah, he
way.
is.
So we'll see how that plays. Hey, it's to me, it's due time for him. It's due time.
He's been there a while, hasn't he?
The highest paid coordinator. Oh yeah, he's the highest paid coordinator in college football, and
He's very good.
very good at his job.
Yeah.
So take this opportunity when you have, hey, Notre Dame too. Like he seems like a Notre Dame guy. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, back to it. Wake Forest, Pitt -3. Who are you taking?
Give me Pitt -3.
I'm going Pitt -3 too.
Pitt's too tough of a team. Wake Forest is, especially in these later weeks, they're showing their vulnerability. And I like Kenny Pickett, so give me.
I do too. I like him a lot. Like I said, their defense shows up. They're going to do enough to stop them. Pittsburgh can score. Wake Forest doesn't have a defense.
They're also 9-3 against the spread this year.
Oh, nice way to throw that in there and make me feel more confident. I don't know. Like I said, their defense shows up. Sam Hartman loves making mistakes, and he's going to make enough to lose the ACC championship game.
One of those is going undefeated. I have to say that here first.
Yeah. We'll see. I'll recap mine and recap yours. I had Utah -3, Baylor +5.5, Utah State +6. By the way, my Mormon joke earlier, right here, I'm taking both Utah teams. So show me some love.
Look at you.
UGA -6.5.
Good dogs.
Houston, Atlanta, Vegas +10.5. Michigan -11, and then the big hefty Pitt -3. Which ones do we have different? Baylor, Utah State, San Diego State. That's it, wasn't it? Yes. Huh, there we go.
Yeah.
I got 3 dogs. You had 1. So I'm making more money than you no matter what. So that's it. I'm excited. I like to pick them, by the way. We're going to do when we do our Bowl Mania, I'm going to set it up to where it's a pick 'em. So it's going to be against a spread instead of trying to pick the winner.
Might even parlay all those just to rub it in your face.
You might as well. I'll parlay mine. It's not going to be a lot of parlaying because starting a couple weekends. Past couple weekends have been rough. But LSU maybe some money and Ole Miss maybe some money. So we're still even. We're still hanging.
Bet on LSU?
Oh, you're dang right I did.
Wow.
It was on my card at first. I took it off, and then I added it to my card again Saturday morning because I woke up and I smelt it in the air. I was like, tonight.
I can't bet on my team.
I usually don't, but I usually don't. I learned my lesson 2018 when I almost had a stroke on my couch. It's going to be fun, though. So we'll see. I will parlay mine, too. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Why not? Live. Scare money don't make no money. A wise lady at the what's the name of that casino? The small one that got shut down. Anyways, it happens. No, a jackpot maybe. I don't know. Anyways, it's here. It's the last conference. Not the last. It's the conference championship weekend. I'm excited. You're excited. We're all excited. I'm just sad to see her go. You know.
Love seeing her.
I hate to see her go, but I love to watch her walk away.
Watch her leave.
I don't want to watch her leave though. It's my first love, you know. It's sad. Are we done? Did we make everything?
I think we did.
What a wild week it's been. Stay off Twitter tonight. Go watch some Ted Lasso. No more coaching changes until probably after bowl or middle of bowl season. So relax, put your phone down, go spend time with your wife and kids, Smitty.
Okay.
All right, are we done?
Done?
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Check out our YouTube, by the way. You get to see our pretty faces, and me and Smitty have a pretty face, okay? We're America's sweethearts. Check us out, follow us, keep up with us, show us some love. We'll see y'all next week. I'm not going to do it. See, everybody's going to be waiting for it, but I'm not going to do it. Oh.
Peace.
There you go. They're not going to be ready for that. That's going to be funny.